Hello, I'd like to take the next few minutes to introduce you to the Britton Farm Products Model 510 Automatic Water Fountain for Poultry. Britton Farm Products is a small business here in West Tennessee manufacturing small but very useful and labor-saving farm equipment. The Model 510 is a constant flow water fountain for poultry. It requires a 1/2 inch supply line and an 1.5 inch drain line. It has a very low operating cost, requires no maintenance at all, and is virtually freeze-proof. The Model 510 is operated normally with no freeze-up and sub-zero wind chills. Here's a tabletop model of what you'll see above grade after installation. Here's a short video clip of our own Model 510 in our test yard with Susie getting herself a drink. In the top of the cap is an access hole from where your birds drink. 3/8 of an inch below the top of the cap, just below the access hole, is a readily available unlimited supply of clean water, which is important to the health of your chickens and their egg production. The cap section can be easily removed to access the flow control valve. With the cap section inserted fully and bottomed out in the coupling, the proper space is provided between the top of the fountain bowl and the underneath side of the cap. This space allows room for the overflow. The bottom of the cap section is slotted to prevent it from jamming in the coupling. There's a continuous flow of water through the fountain bowl controlled by the valve adjustment. Included with your unit is a very inexpensive, simple to use yet very accurate flow rate calibration tube. Instructions for using the tube are printed on it. By inserting the tube into the fountain bowl and timing the overflow, your flow rate can be precisely set. Although you can set the flow rate as low as 1 gallon per hour or even less, we recommend a flow rate of 3 gallons per hour to keep the chicken beak debris flushed from the fountain bowl. A very low setting of 1 gallon per hour or less would require flushing the fountain bowl of chicken yard debris periodically. The valve spews water into the bottom of the fountain bowl, creating a constant turbulence in the fountain bowl to keep the debris flushed out, as well as enhancing freeze protection. Here's the unit as you would receive it. The Model 510 is constructed of all Schedule 40 PVC. The outside body is constructed of 1.5 inch Schedule 40 cell core. Cell core has almost 3 times the insulation value as standard rigid PVC pipe. The vertical supply line is 1/2 inch Schedule 40 as well, but it's more than that. The vertical supply line is a pipe inside a pipe. We call it the Minnesota tube. The space between the outside 1/2 inch Schedule 40 pipe and the inside pipe that actually carries the water is sealed at both ends. This creates a dead air space between the outside pipe and the inside pipe. This assists in freeze protection in 2 ways. The dead air space is an insulator for the inside pipe, and the much smaller inside diameter of the inside pipe drastically increases the velocity of the water, which decreases the amount of time the water is exposed to colder temperatures. There are 5 factors that contribute to the freeze protection of the Model 510. 1. The constant turbulence created in the fountain bowl by the valve spewing into the bottom of the fountain bowl. 2. The dead air space inside the Minnesota tube. Vertical supply line is an insulator for the water carrying the pipe inside. Number 3. Due to the high water velocity, with a flow rate of only 3 gallons per hour, water is delivered from 10 inches below grade to the fountain bowl and overflows into the drain, all in less than 8 seconds. 4. The vertical Minnesota tube is center of the drain pipe, which protects it from the wind chill. And number 5, the warmer air inside your below grade drain pipe rises up into the fountain body. We have to rely on our customers with extremely cold winters and deep frost lines to provide freeze protection of their supply line to our Model 510 and possibly protection of their drain line as well. If you are supplied by water from your own well and your flow rate is set at 3 gallons per hour, your monthly cost of operation should normally be between 50 and 90 cents per month. The variability comes from the depth of your well, the efficiency of your well pump, and your electric rates. A good guideline is to install a model 510 for about each 20 or 25 chickens you have. In larger operations, the model 510 can easily be installed in series. Installing 2 or more in series, several feet apart, is easy and can be a good idea even if you don't have a large number of birds. Sometimes we have a dominant bird who likes to guard the water from others, and this will spoil her effort. If you consider the time you spend monthly watering your chickens, and if you value your time, installing our Model 510 poultry water fountain will give you a very short payback. And you can be away from home as long as your feeder will allow. Thank you for watching our introduction video of the Britton Model 510. It's available to purchase on our website. Install a Britton and never water chickens again.